today I'm going to talk about how to identify potential Chinese suppliers. One key point I want to communicate here is you need to follow a process. You cannot browse a website, send a few emails, respond, and see where it takes you. First, let's look at the sourcing process in more detail. It includes two steps. The first step, identifying potential suppliers. The second step, screening the suppliers and verifying the last candidates. In this video, let's focus on the first step, how to identify potential Chinese suppliers, which itself includes three sub-steps. Sub-step 1, drawing your ideal supplier profile. Ask yourself a few questions. Do you need a supplier with strong engineering capabilities to develop new products? Do you need them to have a wide range of designs that you can choose from? Do you want them to focus on low cost or on high quality? How big should they be? This is a very important point for the reasons shown in this picture. You will encounter factories belonging to these three levels, and their performances and prices will be vastly different. Here is my general advice on the topic of the supplier's size. First, if your orders are very small, you might need to work with a trading company that will place your orders in a level 1 factory and hopefully follow production closely. Second, if your orders are large enough to work directly with a manufacturer, but not big enough to be interesting to big factories, go for level 2. Usually 250 to 800 workers, roughly. Third, if your orders are considered large and you find the big companies actively fighting for your business, then level 3 is good for you. Now let's talk about sub-step 2. Go to online B2B directories and all trade shows. If you can get the opportunity to go to a trade show, such as Canton Fair, China Sourcing Fairs, and so on, that deals with your product category, go there. Ask a few open questions. The objective here is to eliminate any supplier that doesn't fit with your ideal profile. If you can't physically get to a trade show, you will need to use B2B directories. They function like the yellow pages. Suppliers who pay more get their product featured more prominently. There is not as much effort to avoid listing bad apples as you might think. Okay, now let's move to step 3. Motivate potential suppliers to respond to you. Most suppliers get too many inquiries and need to choose which ones they respond to. Here are a few tips to get their attention. The first message should be short, less than 8 lines if possible, including the product description, and with a very clear call to action, such as get back to me if you want more information about our needs. Second, if you have a product specification sheet, share it with them and get their feedback. You should expect them to ask questions about manufacturing, like material specification or if they don't accept your tolerance, etc. If they say, it's fine, that is not always a good sign. And then follow up fast in responding to their questions and finalize your screening process within 8 days. After that, your inquiry in their eyes will have gone cold. Lastly, if possible, call them. Most of them have a Skype account and they all have a WeChat account. These two applications allow you to make the calls for free if both parties are connected. Show that you are human and that you are investing your time to get to know them. Alright, here is a big mistake to watch out for. Some potential suppliers will offer a price that is much lower than average. How is this possible? In this situation, first, some suppliers want to start developing a product with you, and they will use tactics to increase the price along the way, usually after the deposit for the first order has been wired. Second, some other suppliers simply don't know what the costs are. They have never made this product, even though you found it in their showroom. They will wonder where and how to manufacture it after you have sent them a PO. This is also a bad sign. So, how to do this? You will likely see several very similar quotes from different suppliers. That's the market price. Eliminate all the outliers that gave prices 20% higher or lower than the average. If you are really looking to buy above the market price to get above average quality, keep the highest quote. At the end of the identification phase, ideally, you have compiled this information in an Excel spreadsheet with data and comments. The next step is to screen most potential suppliers out and to verify the last one or two in more depth.